Hello everyone, welcome back to Pacific Front channel. As a tradition of this channel, at the end of the year, today we're gonna look back at everything that the Indonesian Armed Forces order, build, and receive month by month. What did they get this year? Also, are there any procurement from last year that have made progress? Without further ado, let's find out in this video. Starting from January, on the 14th, the Indonesian Navy received a 20-meter combat boat made by Palindo Marine. The boat was received by the commander of the 8th Main Naval Base in Balikpapan, East Kalimantan. The boat's main task is to secure the logistic lane of Indonesia's next capital, Nusantara, and also conduct anti-terror and SAR operations at sea. Still from the Navy, on the 20th, the Navy officially commissioned the 3rd hospital ship, KRI Dr. Rajiman Wojodiningrat 992. This 122-meter-long hospital ship can carry a total of 181 sailors, 66 medical staff, 158 patients, and 280 volunteers. At the time of writing, she is standing by in Jakarta before going to the Gaza Strip for a humanitarian mission. 2 days later, the Navy's Aviation Center received 5 new aircraft. It consists of 3 Piper Archer DX, 1 CN-235 MPA, and 1 Bell 505 helicopter. The Piper Archer and Bell 505 are operated by the 200th Air Squadron as training platform for the Navy's pilots, while the MPA is operated by the 800th Air Squadron as maritime patrol aircraft. These new assets are operated under the 2nd Air Wing of the Navy's Aviation Center based in Juanda Naval Air Base. The Navy wasn't the only one who got a new boat that month. On the 12th, the Army also got the tank boat, or in this case, a combat boat made by Landin. The boat is operated by the Army's Water Transport Unit to conduct riverine, swamps, and coastal operations. Moving on to February, Indonesia and Turkish Aerospace signed a $300 million contract for the procurement of 12 Anka UAVs. These UAVs will be delivered into 3 systems, 6 for the Air Force, 3 for the Army, and 3 for the Navy. As part of the contract, Indonesian Aerospace will also get a technology transfer to do a final assembly for 6 of the UAVs. In March, the long-awaited C-130J-30 for the Indonesian Air Force finally arrived. The first of the 5 Super Hercules ordered back in March 2021 arrived on the 6th at the Halim Perdana Kusuma Air Force Base in Jakarta. This aircraft is now operating under the 31 Air Squadron on the same base. That month, we also got confirmation that Indonesia had made an initial payment for the 2nd batch of the Rafale. A total of 18 aircraft are ordered in this batch, bringing a total of confirmed Rafale orders to 24. In April, the first commission of the Indonesian Parliament approved a grant of 15 Bushmaster PMVs from Australia. Even though it's a grant, Indonesia still need to pay around $29 million for the refurbishment and its support. The 15 vehicles consist of 13 troops, 1 command, and 1 ambulance variant. Jump forward a little bit, the Bushmaster are officially handed over on 8 August and are operated by the Indonesian Peacekeeping Mission Center. Then on the 19th, the Navy launched the VVIP corvette KRI Bung Karno 369 at the Karimun Anugrah Sejati shipyard in Batam. This 73-meter vessel was later commissioned by the Navy on June 1st. KRI Bung Karno will be equipped with 40mm main gun from Leonardo, 2 Oerlikon 20mm cannons, and Simbad surface-to-air missile. Moving on to May, on the 17th, the Indonesian Navy received 2 fast attack craft, part of the 3rd batch of the Sampari-class fast attack craft. These new vessels are named KRI Kapak 625 and KRI Pana 626. Both vessels are strengthening the Navy's 3rd Fleet Command based in Sorong, West Papua. After almost a year of waiting on whether or not Indonesia would buy the Qatari Mirage 2000-5, we finally got a confirmation in June. The official announcement came out 2 days after an Israeli portal made an article regarding this transfer deal. The acquisition contract itself was signed on 31 January 2023 with a contract value of around $734.5 million. At the end of June, the Air Force got the 2nd Super Hercules from Lockheed Martin. The aircraft, with the tail number A1340, was symbolically handed over on 6 July. Entering the second half of the year, the Karimun Anugrah Sejati Shipyard launched the third Dorang-class patrol craft for the Indonesian Navy. Named Kera Tuna 876, she is equipped with Leonardo 40mm naval gun and two manually operated 50-cal machine gun. The Navy strike on getting new vessels doesn't end there, because on 14 August, they received two MCM vessels from Germany. The KRI Pulau Vani 731 and KRI Pulau Vanildo 732 traveled from Germany in late May, carried by a ship carrier. That month, PT PAL also held a key-laying ceremony for the first Red-White frigate, the Arrowhead 140, for the Navy. According to PT PAL, the construction will take 69 months to complete. In August, an Indonesian freight forwarding company, Serindo, posted the arrival of the Pandur II infantry fighting vehicle from the Czech Republic. Based on the pictures circulating on the internet, 11 vehicles arrived. These vehicles are currently undergoing integration and customization in Pindad facility. The Air Force also got the third Super Hercules with the tail number A1343. Why did the Air Force skip number 41 and 42, you ask? They have used number 41 on the previous C-130, meanwhile number 42 is still undergoing a finishing touch in the factory. The fourth and fifth aircraft will be delivered in January and February next year. Last story from August, during his visit to the US, the Indonesian Defense Minister visited several US defense companies, particularly Boeing and Lockheed Martin. At Boeing facility, the Ministry of Defense signed an MOU for the purchase of 24 F-15EX. Meanwhile, at Lockheed Martin, Indonesian Aerospace signed a HOA for the acquisition of the Sikorsky S-70M Black Hawk. I heard the progress for the latter is going well, so we will probably see the contract signing in the coming months. In September, we were surprised by the MOD publication that said the A330 MRTT is included in one of several Airbus-made assets whose status is in an effective contract. However, Airbus denied this news. That month, PT Pindad also received an order from the MOD to supply 5,000 Maung 4x4 as operational vehicles for soldiers and officers. According to Pindad CEO, all vehicles will be delivered within 2 years. The Navy also got something that month. After decades of operating submarines, the Indonesian Navy will finally have a submarine rescue vessel to rescue submariners in case of emergencies. The $100 million contract was signed at DSEI 2023 in London, consisting of the SRV system and a mothership. Not only that, the Navy's Aviation Center also got a new drone, the Schiebel Camcopter S100 from Austria. This VTOL drone has a maximum takeoff weight of 200 kg, a range of 180 km, and an endurance of 6 hours or up to 10 hours with external fuel tanks. In late September, the MOD and a French company Safran signed an offset agreement for the procurement of Hammer guided munition. Hammer can be equipped to the Rafale for a precise air-to-ground strike. No notable defense news happened in October except for the delivery ceremony of an 18-meter combat boat from Tesco Indo-Maritime to the Navy. The combat boat will be operated by the 3rd Fleet Command for rivers and strait patrol under their jurisdiction. In November, the Indonesian Air Force received another Dassault Falcon 8X for use by the armed forces to transport VIPs and VVIPs. The Falcon 8X has advantages in range and its ability to land on a short airstrip. This delivery enhanced the Air Force VIP and VVIP transport capability after they received an interim Falcon 7X and Falcon 8X in December last year. Also in November, we heard the news about the purchase plan for 2 of Taundi Rifle class OPVs from the Italian Navy to Indonesia. At the time of writing, I heard words that Indonesia is going to pursue this purchase. Maybe we will get the official statement soon. And so we arrive at the last month of 2023. This is what I've got from the first 2 weeks of December. On the first, the MOD handed over 8 H225M from the Indonesian Aerospace to the Air Force. The ceremony was held at Atang Senjaya Air Force Base in Bogor, West Java. Besides that, Indonesian Aerospace also handed over one H225M Level D full-flight simulator for the base. This month, the Air Force also received the 5th NC-212I with a new propeller with 5 blades. The new propeller is quieter and offers less vibration than the previous one. Certainly, a quality of life improvement for the crew and passengers inside. Lastly, it looks like our wait for a military satellite will end soon. In early December, Indonesian online media reported that PT Land Industry and Thales Alenia Space had signed a contract to provide a military satellite for the Ministry of Defense. Very little information about this procurement is available at this moment, and neither the MOD nor Land Industry have released any statement yet. And that's it for today. Everything that Indonesia ordered, bought, and received in 2023. Many of the equipment I mentioned in this video have been covered before. So, if you miss it or are new to the channel, feel free to check my other videos. Thank you for watching everyone, happy holiday, and I'll see you in the next one.